Hello, welcome to Math 125 Quantitative Reasoning Calculator tutorial for future value annuities. We will be using our TI-30XIIS to calculate the future value of annuity given a payment and the payment given a future value. So with that, given a future value FV of $120,000, find the annuity payment amount with T equals 6 years, compounded monthly at an interest rate of 3.5%. So recall the formula for the payment is the payment equals the future value times the fraction where we have the rate divided by the number of compoundings in a year divided by 1 plus the rate again divided by n, all to the nt minus 1. So with our numbers, our future value is 120,000, and then our rate is 3.5%, or as a decimal, 0.035. Our n, our number of compoundings in a year, is 12 because we are compounding monthly and there are 12 months in a year. Then divided by, again, our rate was 0.035, our n is 12, and we'll raise it to the 12 times 6 and subtract off 1. So how do I go about this in my calculator? So I'm going to first put in my future value, my 120,000, and then I'm going to multiply by the fraction. So to tell it that I'm putting in a fraction, put my left parenthesis first, and I'll have my 0.035 divided by my 12. And I'll put my right parenthesis till I'm done on top. And I will divide by, now I have two parentheses to put in. In this case, the bracket is going to turn into a parenthesis because our calculator does not have brackets, but parentheses work the same way. So I'll put in two left parentheses. I'll put my 1 plus 0.035 and then divide by 12. A right parenthesis to tell I'm done with this portion. And now I need to go up into the exponent. So I'll put my exponent button, which it looks like a little caret, to go up into the exponent. And since I am multiplying up here, I'm going to have to group that multiplication all together. So I'll have to tell it that I am multiplying. I'll put a left parenthesis for that. And then I'll put my 12 times 6. And then a right parenthesis to tell it that I am done with the exponent. Now I need to do my minus 1. And lastly, I got to remember to finish out my denominator with the right parenthesis to tell it I'm done with the denominator. After all that, I can go ahead and hit enter and get a payment of $1,500.21. We'll always round to the nearest cent for these. All right, then part 2. Given a monthly payment of $450, we're going to find the future value FV of an annuity with T equals 6 years, compounded monthly at an interest rate of 3.5%. So remember the formula for our future value is the payment times the fraction, where we have 1 plus r over n to the nt in the numerator minus 1, where again r is our rate and n is our number of compoundings in a year, and t is the number of years, divided by our rate over the number of compoundings. So with our numbers from the problem, it'll be our payment of $450. Our rate is 3.5% again, or 0.035. Our number of compoundings in year n is 12 because we're compounding monthly again. And our t is 6 years given. So we'll put all of this in. So now how do I put it into my calculator? I'll start first with my $450. And then I'll multiply by, now I have to put in my two parentheses like before. So 1, 2, and then I can do my 1 plus 0.035 divided by 12. My right parenthesis, and then I need to be up in the exponent again. And since I'm doing multiplication in the exponent, I need to group that with parentheses. So I'll put in after my left parentheses, 12 times 6, my right parenthesis, and now I can subtract off 1. And lastly, I need that last right parenthesis to tell it I am done with the numerator. So now I need to give the denominator, so I will divide, and I'll put my left parenthesis. I'll put in my rate of 0.035 and divide by 12. So lastly, I need my right parenthesis to tell it I'm done with the denominator, and I can go ahead and press enter. So it gives me a future value of $35,995.02. All right, thanks for watching.